यन्मायावशवर्ति विश्वमखिलं ब्रह्मादिदेवासुरा यत्सत्त्वादमृषैव भाति सकलं रज्जौ यथा हीर्भ्रमः यत्पादप्लवमेकमेव हि भवाम्बोधे स्थितिर्षावताम् वन्देऽहं तमशेषकारणपरं रामाख्यमीशं हरिम्। श्रीराम जय जय राम ॐ 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 जय जय राम ॐ जय राम ॐ। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। We had seen the portion of Khara and Dushana coming with the army of Asuras. But looking at Bhagwan's beauty, Khara and Dushana feel Bhagwan is somebody whom we should not fight with. He is somebody who should be meditated upon. That was the power, the prabhava of Bhagwan's presence. When Bhagwan finishes Khara and Dushana and Shurpanakha sees the flames coming from the funeral pyre of Khara and Dushana, she goes to Ravana. Having gone to Ravana, she tells different things, gives him a lot of advice. And Ravana is wondering, what is she up to? Because she has not told what has happened yet. She is going on telling him a lot of upadesha, a lot of good things. If you just remove the fact that it is spoken by Shurpanakha, those are all good advice only. But now he is telling her, come to the point quickly. What happened? Just tell me. See after 21st Doha. सुनत सभासद उठे अकुलाई, समुझाई गही बाह उठाई, कहलंकेश कहसी निज बाता, के तव नासा कान निपाता, अवध नृपति दशरथ के जाए, पुरुष सिंह बन खेलन आए, समुझि परी मोहि उन्हके करनी, रहित निसाचर करी हहि धरनी, जिनकर भुज बल पाई दसानन, अभय भये विचरत मुनि कानन, देखत बालक काल समाना, परम धीर धन्वी गुण नाना, अतुलित बल प्रताप द्वौ भ्राता, खलबधरत सुर मुनि सुखदाता, शोभा धाम राम अस नामा, तिनके संग नारी एक श्यामा, रूप राशि विधि नारी सवारी, रति सत कोटि तासु बलिहारी, तासु अनुज काटे श्रुति नासा, सुनि तव भगिनी करहि परिहासा, खरदूषण सुनि लगे पुकारा, छन महु सकल कटक उन्ह मारा, खरदूषण तिसिरा कर घाता, सुनि दस शीस जरे सब गाथा, सूपनख ही समुझाई करी, बल बोले सि बहु भांति, गयौ भवन अति सोच बस, नींद परहि नहीं राति सियावर। रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। She tried to convince Ravana in different ways about Niti Shastra, how to be a good king. Then she started crying in different ways. Sunata sabhasade uthe akulai. When everybody came to know she is Ravana's sister, she is our Shurpanakha. So all of them quickly went and consoled her. Samujhayi gahi baha utai, took her in their arms and tried to console Shurpanakha. Now this is the first time Ravana speaks. Until now we have not heard much from Ravana. The first statement that is speaking. Kaha Lankesha kahi nija bata, kaha se nija bata. Lankesha, Ravana said, O Shurpanakha, why are you beating around the bush? You are telling me Niti Shastra, how to be a good king. Please tell me what you have to say. What happened and why are you so upset? Kei tava nasa kana nipata. Who cut off your nose and ears? Tell me who did this. Avada nupati Dasaratha ke jaye. Shurpanakha tells what all things happened, but she has a very unique style of telling. Half of it is the truth, and other half what she did that she doesn't say. She presents the facts as it is, but what she did on her side that she doesn't tell Ravana. So what she says, who are these people who did this to me? Avada Nrupati Dasaratha ke jaye. These are the sons of Dashrath Maharaj. How are they? Purusha Singha Bana Khelana aaye. They are lion among men and they have come here to hunt. Bana Khelana aaye, they have come here to hunt. What did she hide here? The fact that they have been exiled. As though they have just come here, they are kings and they are coming here to hunt. That is how she presents it. Samuji pari mohi una kya karani. I have understood what they are up to. What are they up to? Rahita nisachara karihahi dharani. They have come here to finish all asuras and make this earth free from asuras. This is the purpose why they have come. Jinakara bhujabala pai dasanana. Hey Dashanana is who? Ravana. Dasharatha is Dasharath Maharaj, one who could fight 10 chariots simultaneously, or 10 sense organs who has mastered. And Dashamukha means one who goes out through 10 sense organs. One whose mind is extrovert through every sense organ, that is Ravana. Abhaya bhaye bicharata muni kanana. She says, under whose strength all Rishi Munis are fearlessly roaming around. They are doing their yajnas, yaga, etc. Nobody is fearing us anymore. Those are these people who have come here. Dekhata balaka kala samana. If you look at them, they look like young children, young boys. But they are like kala, death, in the way that they fight. Paramadhira dhanvi gunanana. They are very powerful. Dhanvi means they have a bow. And gunanana, they have different qualities in them. You know, it is said, this Shurpanakha, she went and asked Bhagwan, I want to marry you. And whoever approaches the Lord in any way, Bhagwan doesn't send them away. So in next birth, she gets Bhagwan as her husband. Who was she in her next birth? In Krishna Lila, the Kubja who was there, that is said to be rebirth of Shurpanakha. Bhagwan straightens her and she looks upon Bhagwan as her husband. So she says, I'm seeing all these gunas and everything else, those things are also there. Atulita Bala Pratapa Do Bhrata. They are having immense strength, both these brothers. Kalabhada Rata Sura Muni Sukhadata. And constantly they are finishing enemies and giving joy to Rishi Munis. How do they look? Sobha Dhama Rama Asanama. He is very beautiful and his name is Rama. Tinake Sanga Nari Ekasyama. Now Shurpanakha knew what is Ravana's weakness. If she goes on telling about Bhagwan Rama's strength, Lakshmanji's strength, their beauty, he is not going to get impressed. But if she says that there is a beautiful lady with them, then Ravana will be caught in his weakness. So she says, Tinake Sanga Nari Ekasyama. How is she? Rupa Rasi Bidi Nari Samari. She is the abode of all beauty. And Rati Sata Koti Tasu Balihari. 100 million Kamadevas if you put together, even that would not match Sitaji's beauty. He says that is how she looks. Tasu Anuja Kate Shruti Nasa. This Rama, who is little brother, he cut off my nose and ears. All this description she gave to come to this point. Ravana had asked, who cut off your nose and ears? She gave this long description, finally said, the younger brother of this one cut off my nose and ears. Sunitava Bhagini Karahi Parihasa. Listening to the fact that I am your sister, they made fun of me. See, this is where she hides what she did. She went on telling about other things, but she didn't tell that she went first and spoke to Bhagwan Rama, asked him to marry her, then went to Lakshmanji, asked him to marry her. None of that. So precisely whatever would make Ravana agitated, those words she spoke. What has to be hidden, she hid. And whatever has to be said, she said. Khara Dushana Suni Lage Pukara. Then I called out to Khara and Dushana when I was in pain and misery. Chanamahu Sakala Katakauna Mara. In fraction of a second, Khara and Dushana were finished. Khara Dushana Tisira Kara Ghata. Khara, Dushana and Trishira, all three of them are dead. You know, where is Ravana? Where is his capital? In Lanka. And where is Bhagwan right now? In India. So one commentator writes, Khara, Dushana, Tishira, they were his commanders of the army in India. 3 people to take care of Indian operation. And he comes to know that all 3 are gone. So my army in India is without any commander. Suni dasa sisa jare sabagata. Listening to this, he gets a lot of anger. Until now he was not angry. But when he hears that Khara, Dushana, Trishira are gone, he gets very angry. Supanakahi samujhai kari bala bolese bahu bhati. To Shurpanakha, he spoke about his strength in several ways, spoke about how great he is and everything, and told her, Gayau Bhavana ati socha basa. Gayau Bhavana means, please go home and sleep now. Means he must have told her, I have a Vaidya, Sushena. Your nose and ear, some plastic surgery or something he will do, he will fix it. Don't worry too much, go and sleep now. Gayau Bhavana ati socha basa, needa parai nahi rati. She went and he told her to go and sleep, but he had sleepless night. Ravana is having sleepless night. See what he is saying now. सुर नर असुर नाग खग माही, मोरे अनुचर कह को नाही। खर दूषण मोहि सम बलवंता, तिनहि को मारई बिनु भगवंता। सुर रंजन भंजन महि भारा, जो भगवंत लीन अवतारा। तो मैं जाई बैरु हठि करहु, प्रभु सर प्राण तजे भव तरहु। होई भजनु न तामस देहा, मन क्रम बचन मंत्र दृढ़ एहा। जो नर रूप भूप सुत को, हरिहु नारी जीति रन दो। चला अकेल जानि चढ़ित हवा, बस मारीच सिंधु तट जहवा। यहाँ राम जैसी जुगुति बनाई, सुनहु मासो कथा सुहाई। लक्ष्मण गए बनहि जब, लेन मूल फल कंद। जनक सुतासन बोले, बिहसे कृपा सुख वृंद। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। One of the most popular questions in Balvihar: how did Ravana sleep? Because he had 10 heads. Whenever he had sleepless night means if he has to take a turn, he has to sit down, turn and then sleep. Goswamiji says Ravana is thinking. Why is he having sleepless night? Because in his mind he is thinking, Sura Nara Asura Naga Khaga Mahi. Devatas, Asuras, Naga, animals, none of them is so powerful that they can win over even my sevaka. More anuchara kaha kohu nahi. Means I have kept everybody under my control. It is said in Ravana's court, Varun Bhagwan would stand with hands folded. If Ravana gives permission, he will shower. Surya Bhagwan has to take permission from him. He says, this is how I have kept everybody. Who is this person who has come and he is trying to show his power? Khara dushana mohi samabalavanta. All these people, they cannot win over even my sevaka, and this khara and dushana, their strength is equal to mine. Tinahi ko mare binu bhagavanta. Nobody other than the Lord can finish khara and dushana. Sura ranjana bhanjana mahi bhara. Jo bhagavanta leena avatara. If khara and dushana have been killed by somebody, it means Bhagwan has taken avatar. And who is Bhagwan? Sura ranjana, one who gives joy to devatas. Bhanjana Mahibhara, one who removes the burden of the earth. That is the Lord who has taken avatar. Tome jari, tome jai bairu hati karahu. If this is the case, if Bhagwan has taken avatar, he doesn't say, I will go and surrender. Like Vishwamitra Rishi also heard that Bhagwan has taken avatar. What thought came to his mind? Oh, I have to go and see Bhagwan. I have to go and surrender to him. But Ravana thinks, if Bhagwan has taken avatar, I will go and create enmity with him. Hata. With force, I will go and make myself as an enemy. Then what will he do? Prabhu sara prana taje bhavatarahu. With the arrow of the Lord, I am going to get liberation. In one commentator, he points out a beautiful thing. Shara and Sharana, both are from the same root. Shara means arrow. Sharana means surrender. He says both are from the same root, shru. So what does the Lord do? Those who take Sharana, through his Shara, he removes their samsara. And he says, ordinary Shara, ordinary arrow, if it hits, gross body is separated, but subtle body continues. But if Bhagwan's Shara hits, gross body, subtle body, all Shariras are put to a halt right then and there. No more transmigration. He says, Prabhu Sara Prana Taje Bhavataraho. I will cross over samsara with this arrow of the Lord. Hoi hi bhajanu na tamasa deha. With this tamasic body of a asura, bhajan is not possible. Hoi na bhajau na tamasa deha. Manakrama bachana mantra druda eha. With my mind, with my speech, with my action, I will take only one pledge. What is that? I will create enmity with the Lord. That is his pratijna vakya. Promise he is giving. Tome jai John Ara Rupa Bhupa Sutako. And if they are ordinary mortals, Hari Hau Nari Jiti Ranado. I will take away Sitaji and I will win over both of them. See, Ravana's character is not easy to understand. Many times you will hear this statement. Oh, Ravana was also a nice person. Wasn't he a Shiva Bhakta after all? It's very strange, In the Ramayana, so many Bhaktas are there. Out of all of them, if they have to pick an ideal, whom do they choose? Ravana. One commentator, he writes, whatever you think should be Shastra Sammata. Shastra Sammata means what? It should not contradict somewhere else. So inherent nature of Ravana is Bhagavan, is divine only. Nobody is questioning that. But Ravana-like actions, they are never endorsed in any Shastra. Even though he has these glimpses of great devotion, that is not powerful enough to turn a jiva to the Lord. Means he says, if you have a lamp in a dark room, you can light the lamp and do so many things with that lamp. But if you have a lightning which comes and goes, even though that lightning is very powerful, you cannot do much in the light of that lightning. Why is that? Because it just comes and goes, doesn't stay. So all the thoughts that Ravana is expressing here, that shows this vritti. Vritti, which in 16th chapter Bhagavan calls it as Asuri vritti. If our vyavahara is not pure, and even if we have great knowledge, he says that knowledge is not going to help us much. First vyavahara, shuddhi, then this knowledge becomes an ornament in that person. In Shiva Mahimna Stotram also, Ravana, his story comes. Ayatnada sadhya tribhuvanam avairavyatikaram. He conquered all three worlds just with his devotion to Lord Shiva. One head he offered. But he became so powerful with Bhagwan Shiva's blessings. So the point they had to note is, his power was not his own, it was given to him by the Lord. And what did he do with that power? He was so itching for fight that he went and lifted Kailasha mountain along with Lord Shiva. And Bhagwan with his toe just presses it down, Ravana goes to Patala Loka. Doesn't find shelter even there. So we have to be very careful when we teach, even in Balvihar or in some other place. The conclusion should not be, it is okay to be a bhakta like Ravana. I hear this many times, that's why I'm sharing this. There are so many devotees. We should take example of good devotees. Devotion at the cost of erroneous transaction is never endorsed. The point which is said in Shiva Mahimna Stotram is, if somebody prays to the Lord, even if he be an asura, still he will be blessed. That is the power of worship of the Lord. It is not to show Ravana's greatness. So Daivi Sampatti and Asuri Sampatti, that point also we should note. Ravana symbolizes not Daivi Sampatti, Asuri Sampatti. That is why his next sentence is, if they are ordinary people, I will go and take away their wife. No, you cannot have both together. Devotee of the Lord wanting to take away somebody's wife. So in between there is flash of knowledge, but it is just like flash of lightning. A lamp which is steady is much better than that lightning which comes and goes. Now all this he says, then finally he is ready to go now. He has to start planning. Chala akela jana chadi tahava. Jana chadi means his vehicle, he went alone. No charioteer, no driver. Basa Maricha Sindhu Tata Jahava. He went to the seashore where Maricha lived. Iha Rama jasi juguti banai sunahu omaso katha suhai. While Ravana is on his way to that seashore, Bhagwan Rama is planning something over here. Because he also has to do this leela of finishing Ravana. The reason for which he has come here, that he has to fulfill. Lachimana gaye banahi jaba lena. Lachimana gaye banahi jaba lena moola phala kanda. When Lakshmanji went to get some fruits and roots, etc., Janaka Sutasana bole bihasi krupa sukha brunda. Bhagwan Rama spoke to Sita ji in a very gentle way. He is going to tell Sita ji now, if you remain in your current form, if you remain like this, Ravana cannot touch you. Because Shakti and Shaktiman can never be separated. In Vedanta's terms, Vedantic terms, Brahma and Maya cannot be separated. So Shakti is the Maya part. The one who wields that power is Brahman. So Bhagavan tells her, if you stay in your true form, Ravana cannot do anything. Your mind will not get deluded by anything. So how will that Maricha come? How will your mind get fascinated by that golden deer? So you have to do something by which this whole Leela goes forward. Don't be in your current Devi Rupa. Don't be in your Sita Rupa. You have to become Maya Sita. This is uniqueness of Ramacharitmanas. See the next Chaupai after 23. सुनहु प्रिया व्रत रुचिर सुशीला मैं कहूँ कर बिललित नर लीला तुम पावक महु करहु निवासा जो लगी करो निसाचर नास जब ही राम सब कहा बखानी प्रभु पद धरिहि अनल समानी निज प्रतिबिंब राखी तह सीता तैसई शील रूप सुबिनीता लक्ष्मण हूँ यह मरमु न जाना, जो कछु चरित रचा भगवान। दस मुख गयउ जहाँ मारीचा, नाहि माथ स्वार्थ रत नीचा। नवनि नीच कै अति दुखदाई, जिमि अंकुश धनु उरग बिलाई। भयदायक खल के प्रिय बानी, जिमि अकाल के कुसुम भवानी। करि पूजा मारीच तब सादर पूछी बात, कवन हेतु मन व्यग्र अति अकसर आयउ तात। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Goswami ji time and again reminds us that when we study the charitra of Bhagwan Rama, we should never look at Bhagwan as an ordinary mortal. Ishwaratva, lordship of the Lord, should not be forgotten. He is doing Leela as a mortal, but he doesn't become a mortal. So whenever we analyze prasanga in Ramacharitmanas or in Ramayana, even in Mahabharata, whenever it comes to Bhagwan Krishna, Bhagwan Rama, we should always keep in mind they are not human beings. There are two prasangas which Goswamiji totally downplays in Ramacharitmanas. One prasanga is the Agni Pariksha, where Bhagwan Rama asks Sita ji to go through Agni Pariksha. Goswamiji totally presents it without giving too much importance. And second one is when Sita ji is asked to go to Valmiki Rishi's ashram. That portion doesn't even come in Ramacharitmanas. Goswamiji only gives a hint of it. In the Balakanda, he calls Ayodhyavasis as Siya Nindaka. Those who criticized Sita ji, Bhagwan Rama's compassion is such that he gave Saketa Dhama even to Ayodhyavasis. Only in that way he introduces that prasanga of Sita ji going to Valmiki Rishi's ashram. And there is a reason. Because Goswamiji says, my purpose of composing Ramacharitmanas is not to analyze right and wrong. My purpose is to create bhavana, love for the Lord in our heart. So keeping that in mind, he presents all these prasangas. So when we look at it also, before asking too many questions about any prasanga, I mean, Mahatmas have done a lot of mananam. They have given answers also. That's a different story. But before we start thinking whether Bhagwan is right or wrong, what we should first think is, am I thinking of Bhagwan as another human being? If I make Bhagwan stand in the court, now who is going to decide whether Bhagwan is right or wrong? Jiva is going to decide whether Ishvara is right or wrong. So we are starting on the wrong footing. Goswami Tulsidashi says, let us leave aside all those topics for now. First ask ourselves this question, have we cultivated love for God? He says that is the purpose of my Ramacharitmanas. If you want to discuss other things, there are other texts. My purpose is not that. So this portion is a very unique portion. Bhagwan is telling Sita ji, Sunahu Priya. He calls Sita ji as, O dear one, Brata Ruchira Susila. You are Pativrata Stri, means you are devoted to me. And you are of a good nature. Sushila means having good nature. Whatever I tell you, you will listen. Because I am going to tell you something now. Bhagwan is telling Sita ji. मैं कछु करबी lalita nara leela. Now I want to do some very wonderful leela as in Nara. If both of us are in our Ishvara Rupa, none of this leela can happen. So I want you to do something. What do I want you to do? Tuma pavaka mahu karahu nivasa. Please go and stay in fire. Tuma pavaka mahu karahu nivasa. Jo lagi karo nisachara nasa. Until I finish all Rakshasas, you go and stay in fire. Now Bhagwan speaks in code language. To Lakshmanji also he gave code language symbol to cut off nose and ears. 4 Vedas he counted and with his hand he showed. Those who are against Shastra, that is the ears. And Veda mantras is the nose, which breathing part of it. So cut both of them. Here also he is telling Sita ji, you have to go and stay in fire element. What is the nature of fire? It is bright and it burns. So to finish these Rakshasas, we need that kind of Maya Shakti. And where is Sita ji born from? From Mother Earth. From Bhudevi she is born. And earth symbolizes forgiveness. How many times you step on earth, Mother Earth, she doesn't say anything. So Bhagwan is telling her, you residing in your earth element is not good right now. For this Leela to continue, you have to reside in fire element. Means you have to show your other side of Maya, by which Ravana will come and take you away, and I can go and finish all the Rakshasas. Another implied meaning of fire element is the Devata presiding over speech. Vacho Devata Vahnihi. So Bhagwan is telling Sita ji, now you become unmanifest as your real Sita and reside in my speech. Until I finish all Rakshasas, you have to show your Maya Sita form. Then the Agni Pariksha will happen. From there, original Sita will come out. This is their Leela. This is their plan. Tuma pavaka mahu karahu nivasa, jo lagi karau nisachara nasa. Jab hi Rama sabha kaha bakhani, Prabhu pada dhari, here, anala samani. When Bhagwan said all these things, Sita ji did not argue. Why should I be there? Why should you be here? Nothing of that sort. Whatever Bhagwan told, Sita ji just took his feet, put it in her heart, and unmanifested into fire. Anala Samani became one with fire. Nija Pratibimba Rakitaha Sita. And she kept her another proxy form near Bhagwan Rama. But that Pratibimba Sita, reflection Sita ji, Maya Sita ji, looked exactly like original Sita ji. Nobody knew that she is Maya Sita. Taisei Sila Rupa Subinita had the same form, same qualities, everything was same. Lachimanahu yaha marumana jana. Lakshmanji came back after plucking the flowers. Even he didn't know that Bhagwan and Sita ji have done all these leelas. You know, Lakshmanji is a true sevaka. He says, Bhagwan, I'm going to serve you. Whatever leela you want to do, you do. And I did not know also. As long as I'm serving you, everything is fine. See, if Lakshmanji knew that this is Maya Sita, then so many things which are supposed to happen further would not happen. Because Sita ji is going to tell Lakshmanji to go and save Bhagwan Rama from Maricha. Lakshmanji would not have gone. This is Maya Sita. All her dialogues are false dialogues. and he would not have enjoyed the Viraha Leela of Bhagavan. Bhagavan in his heart knows Sitaji has not gone anywhere. But he is doing that Viraha Leela, which Lakshmanji would not have enjoyed. And Veera Leela also, when he fights the battle, Bhagavan says, let him enjoy my Leela also. Why should he miss out? So he also did not know. Dasamukha gayo jaha Maricha. Dasamukha is Ravana. 10 heads symbolizing 10 sense organs, which are extroverted. And it is said Ravana had 20 arms. 20 arms means 20 armies by which he would trouble everybody. Always itching for fighting a battle. He says that is this Ravana. He goes to Maricha. This is the first time, second time actually, Maricha is introduced. If you look at the symbolic meaning of this, Maricha literal meaning is mirage water. Mruga Marichika, word we have heard. Vedanta, it keeps coming. Maru Marichika or Mruga Marichika. Marichi means mirage water. The deer runs in the quest of that mirage water from one place to another. Finally gets tired and falls. So like that, this person who is extroverted will constantly run after sense objects. So he goes to Maricha. Nai Matha Swarata Ratanicha. Ravana bows down to Maricha, but he is not having some great respect for Maricha. He has selfish desire that he wants to fulfill from Maricha. Goswamiji says, Navani niche ke ati dukadayi, jimi ankusa dhanu uraga bilai. The bowing down of a wicked person ultimately gives sorrow. Just like the bowing down of a gourd. Ankusha means a gourd, which is like a hook. So it looks bowed down, but it is going to hurt somebody. Second is bow. Bow looks like it is bowing down, but from that sharp arrows are going to come out. Third one is snake. Uraga means snake. It looks like it is going to do pranam when it has its fangs up, but it's going to spew venom. And last one is bilai, cat. When cat pounces on its prey, it as though bows down. He says like that, this Ravana who had wicked intentions, he bowed down to Maricha. Bhayadayaka khalake priyabani, jimi akala ke kusuma bhavani. Sweet words coming from a wicked person, they cause fear. Just like in winter season, when all leaves have fallen, if you see one tree which is very well blossomed and has beautiful flowers, like that even good words coming from a wicked person, they are misplaced. What does Ravana do? He bowed down, but Maricha respectfully welcomes him. Kari puja Maricha taba sadara puchi bhata. Kavana hetu mana byagra ati akasara ayahu tate. Kari puja means he respectfully welcomed him. Because generally puja means we feel he did arati and everything. Puja means atithya. He welcomed him, gave him some water, made him sit, gave him something to eat. All of that he did, and with a lot of humility he asks him, how come you are so disturbed today? And what has brought you here alone? Generally you come with your huge army, you are up to something erroneous, I feel. He didn't say this, but in his mind he thought, if he has come alone means something wrong he wants to do. You know, this Maricha, his story is very wonderful. Is it the first time you are seeing Maricha or second time? Second time. Huh? First time Maricha sees Bhagavan along with Tadaka and Subahu. Tadaka is his mother, Subahu is his brother. Maricha and Subahu are the sons of Tadaka. Now this Maricha is wonderful. He is going to become a great devotee of the Lord, or he has already become a great devotee of the Lord. In entire Ramacharitmanas, he is one of the few bhaktas whose Shri Ganeshaya Namaha of devotion starts with enmity to the Lord. First time he went to fight with Bhagavan, Bhagavan shot a pointless arrow. Tadaka he finished, Subahu he finished, and for Maricha, he took his arrow, broke the tip of it, and that pointless arrow he shot. And Maricha went and fell where he is right now, on the shore of the other side of the ocean. Goswamiji gave a symbolic meaning who these three people are. Tadaka, he said, was Durasha. Durasha means false hope. What is false hope? This hope that even if I do something wrong, I can be happy in life. By cutting corner somewhere, by doing some adharma, I can be sukhi. This is called as Durasha. Now what comes from this Durasha? Maricha and Subahu. Maricha represents wrong thinking. Dosha, wrong thinking. And Subahu represents the sorrow which comes from this wrong thinking. Maricha represents wrong thinking. Subahu represents dukkha, sorrow. Out of these three, whom did Bhagavan finish? Tadaka and Subahu. False hope he finished. He said, don't even have this thought that if we speak untruth, we can be happy. Durasha. If I do some adharma, somehow I will be happy. Remove that. Once that is removed, sorrow also has to go. So Subahu he finished. Who was left alive? Maricha. Because Maricha represents our ability to think. If that thinking is erroneous, thinking is towards sense objects, that thinking binds us. And that same thinking, when we direct towards the Lord, that thinking liberates us. So thinking should not be killed. Erroneous thinking should be corrected to right thinking. Because to think about the Lord, we need to use the same intellect. That intellect which was extroverted, that same intellect has to be used for thinking of the Lord. So Bhagavan sends Maricha to a different place where he has started to think correctly now. He has become a great devotee of the Lord. He has understood the power of the Lord. That is this Maricha who is going to be sent to do the next Leela now. Dasamukha sakala katha tehi aage. Kahi sahita abhiman abhage. Ravana went on telling about what all things have happened, how strong he is. With so much pride he was talking. Goswamiji gives along with pride another adjective. Abhage. Abhage means one whose good fortune is going to come to an end very soon. So he says pride and abhagya, they go together. So Ravana went on talking. Ho ho kapata mruga tuma chalakari. Finally he said, become a deer and use your maya power. Use your chala, become a beautiful golden deer. Jai bidi hari anau nrupanari, by which I can go and bring Sita ji from there. Tehi puni kaha sunahu dasa sisa, te nara rupa charachara isa. Now Maricha is giving beautiful advice to Ravana. He says, "Oh Ravana, listen. These both young boys, they look like they are kings. They look like they are human beings, but really speaking, he is Lord of the universe. Taso tata bayaru nahi kije." Maricha was much older than Ravana. He said, "Oh son, don't create enmity with the Lord. It is not going to bring you any good. Mare Maria jiaye jije." This Bhagwan is somebody, if he wants, we live. That is his power. This body drops when his will ends. So don't create enmity with that Lord, just surrender to him. Muni maka rakhana gayo kumara. He says, let me tell you a story. I had gone to disturb the Yajna Agadi of Rishi Munis. And the same boys were there. And when he saw me, Binu Phara Sara Raghupati Mohimara. Bhagwan Rama sent one arrow, that too without the tip. Pointless arrow he sent. But I got the point. He says, Sata jo jana ayau chana mahi. I landed here directly. 100 miles I traveled and I'm here right now. Tina sana bayaru kiye bhalanahi. My humble advice is, please don't create enmity with the Lord. Bhai mama kita bhrunga ki nahi. I felt as though I was an insect. I was thinking myself to be great Rakshasa, but I came to understand I am like an insect in front of the Lord. Now what is my condition? Jahataha main dekhau do bhai. Wherever I see the two brothers only. It is said, Maricha, first when he landed, when Bhagwan shot that pointless arrow, suddenly he woke up. Whenever he would hear any word starting with Ra, he would get afraid. Any word starting with Ra, he would think it is Rama. But that arrow did so many things in his life, he says, that now I cannot see anything but God. Wherever I see Rama and Lakshmanji. Jonara tata tadapi ati sura. If you think they are ordinary people, even then they are very powerful. Tinahi birodhina ayahi pura. Your enmity with them is not going to succeed. So don't even create that enmity. Maricha says, just use your buddhi a little bit. Think about the people whom Bhagwan Rama has finished. Tadaka, Jahi Tadaka Subahu Hati. He finished my mother. Tadaka and Subahu, my brother, both were very powerful. Khandevu Hara Ko Danda. You also had gone to break the bow of Lord Shiva. Nobody could move that bow, only the Lord broke it. Khara Dushana Tisira Bhadevu. Khara Dushana Tishira. All of them equally powerful as you. He has finished all of them. Manujaki Asa Bari Banda. How can they be human? Just think. All these things, how can they be ordinary mortals? Now he says, please go home and sleep. Ravana told Shurpanaka, go home and sleep. Maricha is telling Ravana, please go home and sleep. Don't create this enmity and all. But Ravana, when he hears this, he uses very harsh words, harsh language towards Maricha. Guru jimi mood hai, karasi mama bodha. He says, you think I am a fool and you are giving me upadesha as though you are my guru. Kahu jaga mohi samana ko joda. Who is there who is as powerful as me? He goes on talking about himself. That is one sign of insecurity, And you will see in Ravana in several places. Whenever somebody challenges his ahankara, he starts talking about how great he is. Even in Sundarakanda, we will see this particular tendency in Ravana. Insecure ego. Taba Maricha Hrudaya Anumana. Maricha thinks in his heart. Navahi Birodha Nahi Kalyana. He says, when I went to my Gurukula, there they gave me some life lessons. And one of the lessons was, with these 9 people, creating enmity is not good. You should not outrightly refute what that person is saying. Who are these 9 people? Sastri. Not Shastri, Sastri. Sastri means one who is wielding a weapon. Let's say he has a gun or some sharp weapon in his hand. Don't get into an argument with him. You don't know what he will do. Marmi. Marmi means one who knows your secret. If you have told some secret to somebody, if you get into an argument, you never know where he will go and tell. Prabhu. Prabhu means one who is very influential, very powerful. Satha. Satha means a fool. Don't argue with a fool. Dhani, one who is very wealthy. Don't get into too much arguments with them. Baida, your doctor. Don't give upadesha to the doctor saying you are not doing your job well. He said, don't argue with them. Bandi Kabi. Bandi means bards. Those who would sing the praise of the king. Kavi means a poet. Means in modern terms, journalist. If a powerful person is there, politicians in particular, they will never burn bridges with journalists. Because they can make or break their career. Few articles they write opposite of it, that is sufficient to bring that person down. So don't unnecessarily get into argument with them. Bhanasa. Bhanasa means cook. So in those days, the kings, they would be very particular about this. They had a bird in Kenopanishad, that example comes. It would first see that food and then only the king has to eat. So if he creates enmity with the cook, then he can put extra spice. Create problems for the king, the enemy can use it. He says, don't create enmity or have argument with these 9 people. Who is Ravana? The first one. He is having a weapon with him. If I speak and try to cut him off, anyway he is going to kill me. So it is better that I die at the hands of the Lord. This is Maricha's thought. And suddenly, when he thinks this, all his doubts are cleared. Ubhaya bhati dheka nija marana tabata kisi raghunayaka sarana. He takes shelter in the Lord and he says, Bhagwan, if at all I have to die, I will die at your hands. Uttara de tu mohi badaba abhage. If I answer him back, he is going to kill me. Kasana marao Raghupati saralage. Why should I not die with Bhagwan's arrow? Asajiya jani dasanana sanga. Saying this, he said, Ravana, let's go. I am ready to become that deer. Chala Ramapada prema abhanga. But in his mind, he had unbroken love for the Lord. Abhanga word is used. Even Bhagwan's arrow could not change his love for the Lord. Mana ati harasha janavana tehi. He had a lot of joy in his heart that I am going to die at the hands of the Lord. But he did not tell it to Ravana. Again, he would have flared up. Aaju dekhiya parama sanehi. Today I am going to see my Bhagavan, whom I have meditated upon for so long. Let us just chant this chandas and we'll conclude here. It's a beautiful description of Lord Rama by Maricha. Nija param pritam dekhi lochana sufal kari sukha pai ho Shri Sahita Anuja Sameta Krupa Niketa Padamana Lahi ho Nirbana Dayak Krodha Jakar Bhagati Ab Sahi Basakari Nijapani Sarasandhani So Mohi Vidhi Vadihi Sukha Sagar Hari Mama Pache Dhar Dhavat Dhare Sarasana Bana फिरी फिरी प्रभु ही बिलो किया हो धन्य नमो समान सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. He says, by seeing my beloved Bhagavan, I will make my eyes worthwhile. The purpose of having eyes will become worthwhile, and I will get immense joy seeing the Lord with my own eyes. Shri Sahita, along with Sitaji and Lakshmanji, I will see Bhagavan. And what will I do? Krupani Keta Padamana Lai Hao. I will put my mind firmly at Bhagavan's feet. What is Bhagavan's speciality? Nirbana Dayaka Krodha. Even if he gets angry, the one on whom he gets angry gets liberated. Like Khara and Dushana. And Bhagati Abasahi Basakari. Uniqueness of Bhagavan is, if somebody is devoted to him, the one who doesn't come under anybody's sway becomes under the sway of that devotee, comes under the sway of that devotee. That is his greatness. Nijapani sarasandhani so mohi badihi sukhasagar hari. With his own hands, he will send the arrow and he will remove all my sorrows, liberate me from this samsara. Now, which form of the Lord do I want before I die? Mama pache dhara dhavat. He should run after me. Sarasana bana, not run after me with any other thing, with bow and arrow. Phiri phiri prabhuhi, and I should be looking at him over and over again. And he should have run sufficiently so that he sweats a little. Because Maricha's Ishtadevata was Bhagwan Rama in that form. When he was fighting with Tadaka and Subahu, his last impression of the Lord was that. One who is fighting that battle, having those sweat, that form of the Lord I want. I will turn back again and again and give up this body. Dhanya namo samana. Nobody will be greater, more blessed than me. This is how I want to give up this body. So let them go to Bhagavan. 1 week it will take for them. We'll continue in the next session. Akanita guna gana bhushana Rama Ashrita vatsala jaya jaya Rama Ayodhyavasi Sita Rama Apad bandhava jaya jaya Rama Dasharatha nandana Shri Rama Dashamukha mardana jaya jaya Rama Kausalya sukhavardhana Rama Kamita phalada jaya jaya Rama Papa Vimochana Shri Rama Pattabhirama Jaya Jaya Rama Janaki Vallabha Sita Rama Jaya Raghu Rama Jaya Sita Rama Vanara Sevita Shri Rama Varidhi Bandhana Jaya Jaya Rama Hanumat Pujita Sita Rama Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Raghupati Raghava Raja Rama, Patita Pavana Sita Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Siyavara Ramachandra ki jai, Satgurunath Maharaj ki jai. Hari Om and happy Ramanavami to all of you. Hope to see you all at the chanting on Friday. Hari Om.